Okay, let's dive in. Today we're exploring a really fascinating thought experiment. It comes from some material we looked at, chapter 47.pdf.
Right.
And the core idea, it sounds simple, but it really makes you think. What if we saw souls instead of bodies?
Mm.
Just imagine that. You're walking around, meeting people, but instead of seeing, their clothes, their face, their stuff, you see their essence, their
Yeah,
energy.
their internal state.
Instantly. Exactly. So our goal here is to kind of unpack what happens next. What would that shift actually do to our values, our ideas about beauty, success, even connection?
It's clear right away, isn't it? This premise just fundamentally challenges, well, everything about how we usually see ourselves and each other.
Totally. It's not just changing the rules. It feels like it throws the whole rule book out on defining who we are.
Yeah.
So the source gets you thinking. If you see souls, what's beautiful then? Appearance is like completely off the table.
Right. So what takes its place? What qualities shine through?
And what's the first thing people would know about you? What part of your soul jumps out? And maybe what part are you a bit scared for them to see?
Mm. That hits on this idea of like forced authenticity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If your soul is just visible,
Mm.
there's no hiding the baggage, the pain you've gathered, your real beliefs, maybe your deeper intentions.
Mm-hmm.
The source even asks, what would you adjust looking in the mirror in that world? It wouldn't be your hair, obviously.
Right. You'd be trying to, what, smooth out your anxieties,
Yeah.
polish your kindness.
Exactly. Tending to your inner self, not the outer layer.
And think about all the external things we chase. What kind of job would even feel important? What goals would you have if, the bank balance, the designer labels, the fancy title,
That nothing visually, yeah.
absolutely zero impact on how you show up to others?
And that's where success gets completely redefined,
Mhm.
right? The source puts it pretty bluntly.
Mm-hmm.
Are you spending your time at the gym and the mall, or maybe more in like libraries and temples, places that nurture the inside? And success isn't measured by who gathers the most shit around their souls, which is quite a phrase,
Oh, yeah.
but by who is transformed the most and shines the brightest.
So the ultimate goal might shift towards just becoming lightness.
Becoming lightness,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That phrase really captures it. It feels like the core of that inner journey this whole idea points to.
Less about getting more stuff on the outside
Yeah.
and more about shedding the internal weight. Cultivating, I don't know, kindness, joy, healing, embracing vulnerability, maybe? Like the source mentions.
And it changes how we see other people too, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What if you saw someone not as just bad, but maybe as blocked?
Blocked. How so?
Like you could perceive the ways they've had to sort of wall off their pain,
Yeah.
or the beliefs holding them back from being kinder, perhaps.
I see. So maybe difficult behavior comes from stuff buried so deep they don't even recognize it themselves.
Could be. It's just a different kind of understanding, maybe more compassion.
It makes you rethink our reactions to difference, too. What if all that fear of people unlike us just dissolved
Huh.
if we saw the same basic essence underneath?
Mm-hmm. The source kind of speculates that maybe our bodies and our egos act out these dramas of separation
Yeah.
based on like false ideas, when really deep down there's just this fundamental pull towards connection.
And that leads to the biggest idea, maybe. What if really embracing our uniqueness, paradoxically, leads us back to knowing we are, quote, all just energy fields?
From the same one.
Yeah.
A pretty profound endpoint.
So, thinking about all this, for you listening, the deep dive really asks you to consider, how would your life change if the main thing for you and everyone was your internal state, not the external package?
Yeah, think about your day-to-day interactions, your bigger goals, how you even define a good life. Are you focused on gathering, well, the shit around your soul?
Or are you trying to move towards that lightness?
Yeah.
And here's that final thought from the source we wanted to leave you with. If seeing souls really meant knowing we are all just energy fields from the same source, how would that change the way you look at difference, at conflict, and at connection in the world right now?